On and on and on and on. I don't even have no way to put this. Good morning, guys. So I'm just going live, recording this video because I'm too lazy to edit right now. So I'm just gonna do my makeup and chit chat with you guys. I'm in lots of good morning to everyone. And I just want to say I'm in so many like different level up groups on Facebook. And I watched Shira Seven and a bunch of other a bunch of other video content creators, and a lot of them are talking about like sugar daddies right now. And so, um, first, I just want to say like my reseller course launches on March 12th, 2021. So if you guys are interested in learning how to start a reselling business, definitely sign up. It's going to be $40 a month, and I'll take you from the process of reselling to drop shipping to starting your own brand. So it is, of course, with a monthly subscription, but every month you're going to get new content, like the nitty gritty stuff to help you grow your business. So, anyway, guys, don't ask me why I put on lipstick first today. Just decided that's what I wanted to do. So, basically, guys, I at first I'm gonna start out doing a little story time, and then we're gonna talk about why I feel like instead of looking for a sugar daddy, you should start a business. So I've been on dating sites for years, right? For years. And I started dating older guys just simply because I was tired of men my age. I just felt like men my age didn't want anything serious. We're in the same place in life right now where we're trying to like solidify ourselves and create wealth and all this kind of stuff. So a man my age, like if I was to run into a financial situation, he probably wouldn't be able to assist me. So, and it wasn't just that, it's just I really do appreciate like the wisdom of older men. Like they're usually able to tell you about stocks and IRAs and just like investments and saving. They have more free time. And then they're also a little bit more chivalrous. So that's why I started dating guys like significantly older than me. And to date, like the oldest guy I dated is like 60 something. I know some of y'all are like, ew, old men have worms. Did anybody used to tell y'all that when y'all were younger? But yeah, so I started dating older men just because I like the experience. Okay. So there was this one time I matched with this guy on Bumble, and he was like, I want to take you out to dinner. I think you're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. So I get all fancy, dolled up, do my makeup, do my hair. I have on like a purple velvet dress with pearls. And we go to this really fancy restaurant. And the restaurant, because of COVID, they were like, hey, we got like a 20-minute wait. So you can't wait in here, but put your name on the list and we'll call you or whatever. So guys, we go next door to the Westin because the Westin's right next to this hotel. So we're sitting in the lobby and we're talking. This guy gets like really close to me. He's like 60 something. He gets really close to me and he's just talking to me about his life and how he likes to gamble and travel. And he's just like, just telling me all of these wonderful things. So I'm like, oh, wow, he's an older guy. He's very attractive to be 60 something. I'm not thinking that he's about to say what he's going to say. So, I barely got a word in. And then he just goes, so what were you looking for on the dating app? And I was like, I'm really looking to make a genuine connection. The last year or so, I've been dating older men, having a much better experience. I really like how chivalrous and wise and all of the things that I said, right? And so this guy says, well, I'm looking for a mutually beneficial arrangement. So I'm like, what does that mean? Like, y'all, I really don't know that this guy is legit a sugar daddy. So he's just like, well, I'm older and I don't believe in playing games. And older white guy. He said, I don't believe in playing games. I live in these fancy apartments over here. I just sold my house. And I just really want someone young who I could spend time with. And I understand like that she may have some financial things going on. And so I don't mind like financially assisting her if, she meets my requirements. So I'm like, so what are your requirements? He proceeds to tell me that his last sugar baby, I'm not going to tell y'all the amount right off the bat. Let me tell y'all this nonsense first. Okay. So he goes, well, my last sugar baby, she painted furniture. So like my eyes are like, what? He's like, she painted furniture. She's a single mom. She had 3 kids. And he's like, so I just helped supplement her income. We went to dinner 2 times a week. And then one time a week we hung out at my house. So he was like, what I would like is for us to have fun on all 3 occasions every week. So I was like, okay, well, how much did you pay her? Guys, this man said he paid this lady $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month to sit there and the rest. 3 times a week with him. Twice were before dinner. They went to their fancy dinners or whatever. And once he said it had to be freestyle. So it could be in a parking garage, it could be in the car, it could be anywhere. So I'm just sitting there with my mouth open. Keep in mind, we haven't even gone to dinner yet. And at this point, we're sitting there for about 40 minutes as we're having this conversation. And so I'm sitting here doing the math in my head like, okay, I can paint dressers, right? And make like $300 or $400 a dresser. Or I can go to the thrift store, buy a bunch of stuff, take pretty pictures, float throughout my day, go to dinner for free with other people. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, and just like, and then I also, in the course, I'll teach you guys this, which this isn't a secret. I've said this on Instagram and on my channel before. Like, you can literally go to antique malls, take pictures of items that you have not bought, list them for sale, and make money. So I'm sitting here like this lady done sold her soul for $1,000 a month. I get it, like $1,000 a month to do something with this old guy. It might seem like a good thing to some people, but just through that conversation I had with him, I realized like I don't have to do any of this. Like I literally can just go to the thrift store, buy it, and sell it. I make $1,000 or more just from buying thrift store shit and selling it on Facebook Marketplace and Mercari and OfferUp and Poshmark. I don't have to do this. So it's just like, and then there's been other guys that have presented me with the opportunity that were definitely offering more than this guy was offering. But at the same time, it's just like when you have a sugar daddy, these guys require time, they require energy. There are some guys that will give you money just because you're cute and they want sex from you. You know what I'm saying? And some of them are going to be a little bit more patient and you maybe get some money out of them in the short term. But if you don't sleep with them, eventually they're just going to leave you alone because that's what they want. Like we could sit here and lie to ourselves and, not everyone is beautiful enough or, mesmerizing or has enough game to sit there and get money out of these guys on a regular basis. It's just like, honestly, some girls have it and some girls don't. And me, I just don't have the energy that is required to do that. I much rather put that energy into a business because at the end of the day, like if you don't meet that guy's requirement, he's going to leave you alone, but your business is never going to leave you. Okay. Even if you decide to become a reseller, like part-time, that little $1,000 that man was offering, you can make that in a week. It just all depends on the energy that you want to put into a situation. So I'm not saying sugar daddies are a no, but for me at this point in my life, like if I was going to do that, somebody would have to be offering what I make in my business or more because the time and energy that it requires to put into these guys, to me, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it, especially when you can put that same energy into yourself and get more out of it. You know what I mean? And not end up putting yourself in a situation where it's like putting yourself in a situation where you could potentially do something that's going to compromise your morals or values. And like, listen, I'm all for doing some shit that is not, you know what I mean? I'm all for doing a little like, I'm all for like breaking the law, like just a little teeny bit, like to the point where it's going to benefit me, but not in a situation where it's like I'm doing things with this old ass man for $1,000. Like, it's just not worth it. And no offense to anybody who may feel like it is, but I just honestly feel like the same energy you put into trying to find someone that's gonna take care of you, you can put it into yourself. Now, I'm all for like, sorry guys, I'm looking for my makeup brushes. I'm all for like a guy providing for me. Like, I definitely have more traditional values. I do want to be taken care of financially by a guy. And I feel like if a guy already has his own house, then if we're gonna get married and I'm gonna live with you, like why should I come in and split bills 50-50? Like, I'm not doing that. I can stay in my house and do that. You can stay in your house and do that. And I can find somebody and move on. But the same energy that we put into situations like sugar daddies and trying to find a man that's going to take care of you, I just feel like we got to invest some of that energy sometimes in ourselves, especially because men are not men are not guaranteed. That is not a guaranteed situation. Business isn't guaranteed either. But I feel like I'm gonna bet more on myself than I'm gonna bet on them, because it would just suck to get in a situation where someone is completely providing for you and then they just take all that shit away from you. And the reason why I feel that way is because I actually been in that situation before, where I was engaged to a guy and we were young. He ended up buying, I cannot see, so I had to use my flashlight. But I was in a situation, guys, with a guy. We were young, like 20, 21 years old, and that is not helping. I don't know why the light in here is so bad today. But I was in a situation, guys, and I was with this guy for 4.5 years. We got engaged. I lived in his house. I was working these little crappy property management jobs, making like $12, $13 at first. Eventually, I worked my way up to a position that paid me like almost $19 an hour, but that took 7 years. Okay. So it's just like I was living with this guy. He was taking care of everything for the most part. I would pay like the cable, the water, just silly stuff. And he took care of everything else. But when he got sick of me, he told me to get the F out. Like, get the F out of his house. And he was not playing. I had to go. Like, me and Mackenzie had to go. Like, and so I didn't have money like that. I didn't have a business. My job was crappy. I couldn't afford a place of my own. Like, I couldn't. And so it was like situations that happened to me like that in life that just made me say, I'm always going to count on myself first. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a man that provides. But if you're in that kind of situation right now, you need to be saving your money, starting a business. If you don't want to resell, fine, don't resell. But find a way to make that money that you're saving work for you, because it just sucks to be in a situation where somebody is forcing you out of your comfort. And so not only did the situation with my fiance force me to be force me in the mindset of I need additional income outside of this job. There's also just been crappy jobs that put me in that mindset where I'm like, I can't depend on this job. This job is gonna let me down. And I'll tell y'all what really changed my life was I was working as a temp. It's a long story, but I got a little bit of time, so I'll start from the jump. My first job, no, 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 let me go back. Okay, so I was an interior decorator, guys, at a furniture store. My sales goal was $35,000 a month. That's a lot of furniture I had to sell, right? Now, granted, a sectional would be like $7,000. This is when I was with my ex fiance. So I knew they were going to fire me because I wasn't meeting my numbers. It was crazy hours. I used to work like 10 to 8. I had a little baby who was almost 2 at the time. And I'm slaving in this damn furniture place and they about to fire me. So, boom, I find another job, property management. I go to this property management job. The maintenance guy is sexually harassing me. Okay. Like every single day, just saying sexual stuff, just whatever. He was beloved by the staff, the company, so nobody would do anything about it. So I quit my job, which I told my ex fiance I got fired. But anyway, I quit the job and then I ended up going to a temp job. On this temp job, they kept promising me, oh, we're going to give you this job. You're going to be full time. Like, don't worry about it. So I'm like, okay, boom. I'm renting all these apartments. Like, they're going to give me this job. Y'all, they did not give me the job. They ended up hiring somebody else. So I end up going on to the next job. Guys, the next job, you know what happened? A company bought that company and they let everybody go. And they only gave like a 30-day notice that they were letting all these people go. So boom, like y'all can just see like the little bit of things that I'm telling you about my history. Like men have disappointed me when it comes to taking care of me, which is why I think you should invest in a business. And jobs have also let me down. Like, I went to these jobs, I gave it my all. I gave them numbers that nobody had ever done within the company. And the companies don't care. Like at the end of the day, it's all about their numbers and what benefits them. So the lesson I've learned through my quest to find a sugar daddy and my quest to get a better paying job is just to count on myself first. Count on myself first. Like I've been self-employed now for almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years. Matter of fact, it is 4 years. I've been self-employed for 4 years. I'm not going to say, oh, I've never had to get a job. Like, I did have to get a job in 2000. What year was that? I don't know. Was it 19? Yeah, 2019, guys. I had a job for 4 months. I maxed out my credit card doing Instagram and Facebook ads. And I had to get a job. And I got a job for 4 months. And that boss was horrible. The bitch gave me a hard time. It was stressing me out. And I already knew that things weren't going to last. So for that 4 months, I worked that job. I saved my money. And then I went back to entrepreneurship. So I'm not anti job. I'm just pro me. I believe in myself more than I believe in a sugar daddy, more than I believe in a job. Those are things that if you need them, absolutely go for it. But the thing that I realized is like the same energy you put into building somebody else's company or the same energy you put into making sure your sugar daddy is happy so he can keep giving you money, like is the same energy you could put into a business and end up growing that business to a 6 or 7 figure business. So this is the scariest part. So I'm pro me. And I hope that I can inspire other people to do the same. Like, I'm not saying quit your job today. There's definitely levels in progress that you have to make before you can just up and quit your job. Like when I quit my job, I actually had like 30, 30 to $35,000 in my bank account, like cash. And the one thing I wish I would have been smarter about that I'm smarter about now, and we'll talk about things like this in the course, and also I'll talk about it on YouTube more. It's just like investing. I wish that, yes, it was nice for me to have that money saved because I was stress free. I'm like, look, I make $35,000 in my job, like, and I have my whole salary in my bank account right now. So I've already shown myself that I can live off of $35,000, and that 35,000 on my job was before taxes. This $35,000 is just chilling in my account. You know what I mean? So it's like I already had shown myself, like, if you can make $35,000 after taxes work, you can make this money work. And I did. And I did. And you can do it too, but you just don't want to jump out the window and just quit your job before you have a business established. So I think reselling is good because it's just like if you've never owned any type of business or you've never like done anything entrepreneurial in your life, reselling is such a great and easy place to start because Literally, there's something in thrift stores for everyone, okay? There's a guy that I met in a thrift store. He resells like clothes. So he sells like Nike and Patagonia and Madewell and like all of these nice like everyday brands. Like he finds Jordans, Timberlands, like Vans. He goes to the store and finds that kind of stuff and he resells it. It makes really, really good money. I've been telling him for a year, you need to put your stuff on like Macari or for on Facebook Marketplace for shipping. But he's young. So, like people, they want to, especially men, they want to figure out their own thing. But I don't know what happened, but he started listing his stuff on Macari and now he's making like hundreds of dollars every week. I'm like closer to like almost $1,000 every week just from listing his items for shipping. And then I met this girl, and what she does is like very unique. She buys like costumes from the thrift store. So, like, she buys like princess costumes and any type of costumes you could think of, and like accessories, and she resells them on Etsy to cosplayers. So it's just like there's so many things that you can do like to resell. So it's just like anything that you're interested in. I know one guy, he buys electronics. He doesn't sell them online, but he's built his resale business to the point where now people hit him up every week to see what he has. He doesn't have any social media. He just built everything off of like a local following. He's older, so I don't know how he like met these people, but all he does is just resell electronics, shit like VCRs and DVD players and like things that like what? Who even uses DVD players and VCRs anymore? So anyway, guys, I'm about to wrap up this makeup look, and I know I just did all of this to go to the gym. A girl's single, so gotta look cute. But um the thrift my not thrift, my reseller course launches on March 12th, 2021. It's $40 a month. And I'm gonna share all of my knowledge with you guys about starting a reselling business. And I just think in 2021, it's time for us ladies and gentlemen to put more stock into ourselves, to trust ourselves a little bit more. Like these days, you definitely need some additional income. So even if you don't want to do it full time, it's a nice thing to do part time. If you have certain goals that you're trying to reach, maybe you're trying to buy a house, maybe you're trying to get out of debt. Guys, the computer is like blocking my brushes, so I keep looking for them. But maybe there's like some goals that you just want to accomplish. And so you can definitely do that for reselling. One of my closest friends, she started reselling to save for like her dream vacation. Her and her husband want to go to Bali. So what they started doing was going to thrift stores, buying items, reselling them, and then all the money that they make, they're kind of putting it in their Bali fund. So there's different reasons why people become resellers. It doesn't have to be a full-time business if you don't want it to be. And if you don't want it to be, it doesn't have to be. But if you'd like to quit your job one day and tell your boss, fuck you, I'm not coming in anymore. You can definitely do that with reselling. It's just all in like what you decide to put into it. Let me put my brush back. But anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna do my channel has become more about business and like entrepreneurship and home decor. But I really do want to tell you guys some of my story times because I do have a story time about another guy who ended up being a sugar daddy. So I would like to have a space where I can share like more personal stories like that. Just the way my channel has morphed into like entrepreneurship and home decor, I don't think this is really the appropriate space for it. So for now, if you're interested in hearing more about that kind of stuff, make sure you guys follow me over on Instagram at Miss Fashion Relate. I need one of those fans. You know what I'm saying? Like the cute little fans where you could just dry your settings for. But anyway, if you follow me on Instagram at Miss Fashion Relate, I do tend to talk about those kind of things in my story. Oftentimes, like when I'm going on dates, I'll record things and give you guys a little bit of insight. So make sure you follow me over there. But anyway, when I launch the course on March 12th, the link will be in the community tab. So you can just head over there and sign up. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.